We are getting ready today to leave on our spring break trip tomorrow. We are going to be road tripping. So I am going to go through some of the things that I have found that makes road trips just a little bit easier, or just trips in general, but specifically in the car, for traveling with kids, teens, pets. Hopefully you guys find some of them interesting too. So we don't tend to do a lot of traveling with our dogs, but this trip we actually found an Airbnb that was dog friendly. It was short notice for the trip anyway, so finding our normal boarding places was getting kind of complicated, so we decided to just take them. I like to pack the dogs like the night before, because I find the morning of I'm running around getting all of my stuff squared away, so it's easier if the dogs is just already done and squared away. I just found a little bag like this. And I took everything I need in it for my dog. So there's dog food, I have their little doggy bag holder, and then some extra biodegradable recycled dog bags. We have some balls, so that's their favorite when we're on the beach or playing in the yard. We have their leashes and their harnesses for each doggy. We do some CBD treats specifically for the car for Brady, because he gets really antsy and has a lot of anxiety initially in the car. And then I found this little water guy that's like a portable water bottle that also doubles as a dog bowl, so they can lick it out. You know, you turn this button, the water pours in, and then they can drink out of it, which makes it really easy at like gas station stops and things like that. Okay, so I found their little doggy toys. And also just a few doggy diapers. Typically our dogs don't have accidents, but Brady's getting a little older. Sometimes I've noticed that when we take him places, it confuses him for the first day or so. So I take just a few of these little washable diapers just on the off chance he's struggling, until he familiarizes himself with where to pee at the new place, and then we're good to go.
One very helpful tip before you go on a road trip: the day before, make sure you gas up your car and do all the other prep you need to do for your car. Check the air pressure in the tires, the oil, the transmission fluid, brake fluid, fill your washer fluid, because sometimes when you get halfway through a road trip with all the bugs on the windshield and you run out, it's not pleasant. So make sure your washer fluid is filled up in your car as well. Make sure you have a first aid kit, jumper cables, flashlight, all those things, so that if there's ever an emergency on the side of the road, that you're prepared.
Okay, another trick is making sure that your car is ready. So I have these little like purse hooks. When I go on road trips, I just stick a Walmart bag on those instead, and it just becomes an extra trash bag. Also, I always make sure I have a couple gallon Ziplocs in my car in the glove box. These are our barf bags. So if somebody is getting sick, I have found that these are perfect to throw up into, and then you can just zip the vomit shut and you don't have to smell it, and you just put it in your car until you can get rid of it in the trash can. Or it doesn't spill on you. Or it doesn't spill on you because you have it zipped shut. I mean, we have our normal charging cord, like our aux cord and charging cord, no big deal. I also make sure that I always have a few extras. I carry these in my car all the time, so for me this is not a big deal to have them here, but I have a couple of these like portable chargers like this that I have in the glove box, and one of these little things that has all of the various plugs and outlets, so if anyone's missing the end of any electronic, they have it. This is totally a tangent, I wasn't gonna talk about these, but just for safety in my car, I always carry a taser and an emergency horn, so heads up. The other thing I always verify in my car before road trips are things I carry in my console all the time. I just make sure they're all current and up to date. Okay, so these are just little containers. You can see I have them all organized and labeled. So I have stationery items, so pens, scissors, Sharpie, and Post-its. I always check my air fresheners before a car ride, because people smell and stink, or they toot, or their socks or feet smell, or they forget deodorant. Tissues and wipes, which I might need more tissues. I do. Here's just some more charging accessories.
Batteries.
And emergency chargers.
Beauty.
This is elastics, dental floss, hair elastics, nail clippers, tweezers, some juice packets and gum, and then some first aid gloves, a couple extra masks, some band-aids, antibacterial wipes. Like I said, I carry those in my car all the time, so for me, just verifying them isn't tricky. I just make sure they're all current and stocked in case somebody's used something. Also, some sanitary items for like tampons, things like that, just in case, you never know. Just want to have a few on hand. It's the morning of our trip. We're doing the last little push to get out the door, emptying the house trashes and things like that so they don't stink while we're gone. But I have 2 tips for you. First tip is make sure that the night before you go on a trip, you charge all electronics and or iPhones, computers. You can see we have iPad sitting here being charged, all of the things, especially kids' electronics for the car, because that is a huge help in the car, having electronics for them to take their mind off of nitpicking each other. The next thing that we do, and this is just a long time parent experience, regulate drink intake. How much drink do we let the kids drink before we go on a road trip?
None before. We don't let them drink before. We let them sip during.
And we give them like a tiny little water bottle in the car so they don't get too thirsty. Mostly we just, when we stop to eat or whatever, we let them drink a ton then, go to the bathroom, and then it starts over. This is just to prevent 8 million potty stops. I don't want to do 8 million potty stops, do you?
We'll see.
Okay, one of the tips I think I already talked about was everybody gets a blanket and or a pillow for the car. And then what we use them for, I mean, you can use them to stay warm or get comfortable, but we also use them to make walls. So you barricade like stacks in between humans. Paisley builds, she like hangs her blanket right here, I'll show you when she does it, so that they cannot annoy each other. And we always put our hardest kid in the back. It used to be Rylan that would get separated to the back. Now it's Dax. Nice wall, Pace. She says it keeps Rylan from leaning on her when she's sleeping.
No, Rylan will sleep on. I just like this. On my lap.
One thing we try to do to make road trips a little more interesting is planning fun stops. Not fun stops, but like good gas station stops, right? Yes, and if you are anywhere in Texas, you know Buc-ee's is the place to stop when you're on the road. So we are heading past the road right there to Buc-ee's. Okay, we're stopped at Buc-ee's, and here's another thing we do to make it just a little bit easier. Here's another tip or trick. We intentionally bring, you know, you're gonna get in Buc-ee's and then there's gonna be like, I want this and I want that. $5 for each one of them, and they can get what they can get for that, and above that it's not my problem. Did you guys get everything?
Yeah.
You got your $5 worth? I'm glad to see some fruit in there.
I literally got a giant fruit and popcorn.
I think we ended up with more than $5 worth of stuff. But that brings me to my next tip, which is snacks. You must have snacks or food. Hungry people are angry people. When you're road tripping, very important to always have snacks and plenty of food.
Okay, one of our tips on a road trip before we leave is to always say a prayer. Right, kids? Just for safety's sake. Without fail.
We also always have Jesus praying for us up here on the dashboard. So we're gonna do rock, paper, scissors, right?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I won.
Okay, so Paisley gets to pick first, then you get to pick after that, Dax. There's a tip for how to settle who gets to pick the first movie. Listen. Do you hear that quiet?
Sure.
That's why I make sure everybody has their own earphones and they're charged. Keep the others on. Silence. On this trip, I bought, what's the name of this game, Pace?
I should have known that.
I should have known that, and we're just asking questions, and then everyone jumps in to say their answers.
Hold on, Seabiscuit, Black Beauty, and Shadowfax.
Horses.
Race horses.
Correct.
Aha! Next question.
Who's getting most of them right, Paisley?
Who's gotten most right so far? Probably Sean. He knows all the random trivia. Paisley, read that question again.
No.
She just read, what city is the college of, what'd she say?
In what city can you find UCLA?
UCLA. And we were like, Yucca? Like Y-U-C-C-A? And she said, no, spell it for us, Pace. It was UCLA. We all died laughing. Well, we made it, you guys. We survived the road trip. We're now at the Airbnb. We're ready to enjoy a vacation. Actually, the road trip was not bad today. You agree, Sean?
I agree.
The kids didn't fight. We had them separated. We had them entertained. They had earphones. We had games. Lickety split. It was easy today. So definitely some good tips and tricks. And you know, they work for a little bit older kids. Those obviously wouldn't all work for like little tinies. But hope you guys enjoy, and we'll catch you on the next video.